Um, if you let me do your taxes, if I do your taxes, will you have sex with me?
Impressive. Hey, Mr. Boyd, if you were arrested, what crime did you commit?
What crime? Probably downloading all those textbooks online for free. You know? Yeah. Hello, big boy. If you were a drink, what would you be?
I'd be an espresso because I keep you up all night.
Craziest party story.
So this one time, I was in high school, and as you know, I am not 21 at that age. So we were consuming water, holy water, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, a bunch of police cars decided to pull up. So I didn't know that. So people started running. So I just pulled it out of the door, and I saw this policeman with he had a pot belly. You could tell he had too many beers. So I ran straight past him, called an Uber home, got to my door, and was like, fuck, I can't enter my house. I'm drunk, and my parents are here. So I walked to this nearest Safeway, and at that time, it just started raining. It started snowing, and I'm like, what the heck? So then, as I'm walking back, there's this guy riding those snow plows that clear the road.
Yeah.
So I asked him for a ride home, and he takes me home. Wow. Did anything happen after that? Okay. Ryan.
How old is your mother?
I'm kidding.
What's your most embarrassing moment?
So a couple years ago, my high school was playing a song, a tribute to the Paris attacks. So, but for some reason, me and my friends decided to have a competition of who could clap the first after each piece. So during that Paris attack, you know how songs have dramatic pauses? Well, me, being the intellectual, clapped during that pause for 5 seconds straight. And let's just say no one else was clapping. And so I got a lot of angry looks.
Mr. Wholesome, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Probably when people replace the toilet paper, but on the wrong side.
Agreed.
So just a quick question. What's the right side?
It should go over.
Hello, handsome. If you could write a new law that everyone had to obey, even me, what law would it be?
I would make it illegal to look at her because she's smoking hot.
I don't want
Mr. Panman, what would your superpower be and why?
I would probably do telekinesis because I'm a very lazy guy and I can do all the stuff I need to without even getting up.
Yeah, so what is your ideal first date?
Did you guys know that ice skating is the best way to break the physical touch barrier?
Mr. Sierra Waifu,
Yes.
what is something a lot of people don't know about you?
Oh my god. Not a lot of people know I'm a really good cook. So I can be your waifu at home. Thank you.
What's your favorite part of Oh, what's up? Who's your favorite part of college? What is your favorite part of college? Joining Turbushi and Yang.
Okay,
Nice.
now on to the serious question. question. Mr. Dishwashing Prince. What do you think is your most attractive quality?
I wash dishes.
Now we
If
know.
I was in your life, I would make your life a lot cleaner. Jared. Are there any Asian American role models in your life?
I think when I think of the word Asian American role models, I have to think of my parents and the other parents who sacrificed a lot when they were living back in their home country. My parents were from the Philippines. I know they had to sacrifice a lot to bring me here. So I like to shout out those people.
So beautiful.
What do you think about the typical stereotypes about Asian? How has it impacted your life?
I think growing up, I kind of looked up to those Asian stereotypes where all Asians were smart, good at math, etc. You know? So I guess it was a good and bad thing because I kind of pushed myself to do really well in school, but at the same time, on the other hand, like it kind of amplified my failures, like maybe not getting to an elite college or not getting like a job over the summer, kind of made me feel a little bit worse.
You and these elite.
Mr. Pan, when was the time you felt proud to be Asian?
Probably a time when I felt proud to be Asian was when Subtle Asian Traits was first created. Man, our sense of Asian community was so strong, and we were all able to laugh together and treat each other like equals.
Okay.
Mr. 8, name a time when you've been vulnerable and how you reacted.
I'm pretty vulnerable during my performance just now, jumping rope. It's my first time putting myself out there, but I got over it by knowing everyone's supporting me, so thank you.
You also got over it by jumping over it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's up? What's up? What can I say? Hey. Joey. Do you think the lack of Asian representation in movies and TV shows is a problem? If so, how would you fix this? Dude.
I do think that there has been a lack of Asian representation in the media, but I think we do have a positive. We are slowly seeing more Asians in the media and TVs, etc. I mean, who here has seen like Crazy Rich Asians? Raise a hand. Yeah, that was a good movie. Unfortunate. But yeah, I think the one way to combat this is just to support growing Asian artists, music producers, actors, and people who have their who are on TV and movies and everything.
Ryan, was there ever a time you felt embarrassed about being Asian or wanted to hide your Asian identity, and why?
Everyone knows that stereotype that Asians are supposed to be good at math, but that didn't apply to me. And like in middle school, I dropped down a math level, and like my friends kind of made fun of me for that for a while, and they only recognized me as like a failed Asian, and I kind of resented them and like my Asian side. But I learned to like use that resentment to like better myself in other ways, so that my friends could see me as like anybody else rather than a failed Asian or like based on their math level, you know?
Offbeat. How do you think having a strong Asian community has shaped who you are today?
I mean, growing up, there are problems that I felt that I faced that like none of my other friends that aren't Asian like could relate to. But like because I had like Asian friends, they were able to like motivate me and tell me like they've been through the same thing and like how I can like better myself in that way.
That's adorable. That's adorable.
Darwin, how would you personally define toxic masculinity? Do you have examples from your life?
Personally, I think toxic masculinity is something which is ingrained into our society, and I think doesn't let guys like express who they really are. Things like acting macho, not expressing how you really feel. And personally for me, I've always had problems like opening up to people. I always thought it was better to keep my emotions like bottled up. But recently, I've been finding it easier and easier to talk to people. And I realize there are always people there who care, even though like it's something I always knew, but I never realized. And like, I'm sure everybody in the audience cares for like a significant other, a friend, or a family. Like if your bro's in a pinch, or if like your girl is like feeling down, you're gonna try to be there for them. So it's not right to push other people away who care about you. So
Larry, how has being Asian or Asian American impacted your dating experiences?
Oh. Well, personally, I guess as far as my personal experience goes, thank you. For the most part, it's just kind of, it just so happens that I date other Asian Americans or
Whoa.
Asians. And that's mostly because like we share the same cultural identities. Like a lot of you probably are in subtle Asian traits, right? Tagging your friends, laugh at that. But yeah, like that kind of connection is there. But some people aren't as lucky as I am. Sometimes race does play a factor and can have a negative experience for some people. I know, like in some dating sites, there are some descriptions where it's like, oh, no Asians, or conversely, what happens is that someone likes you just because you're Asian and nothing else, and it kind of like ruins your kind of self-confidence and all that kind of stuff. And it's something that people need to be aware of and stuff like that. Yeah.
Finally, Mr. Bang, what is one thing you've learned from your fellow contestants?
Okay, if I'm being completely honest, I didn't learn anything. Now that's not to say that that's a bad thing. What I've learned through this experience is actually reaffirmed something that I've truly believed in my whole life, and that's the awe of individualism. And I mean, look at I think it's very fitting that I'm the last person, because seriously, look at every single one. This suit, this is Calvin's suit. I mean, his kindness has resonated throughout me, and obviously I'm gonna show that through to you guys. And I think that's absolutely amazing, right? Because I learned through you guys, and I want to show everyone else. And I think that what I learned through this experience of meeting all of you guys is that, first of all, I've met you friends. I've met some sick blokes. I was just about to swear, but I've gotten someone like, you don't know how to swear, but I'm Australian, so I swear all the time. So seriously, you guys are amazing. And I think that's what I've learned. It's a very humbling experience, because you guys are truly inspiring to me. And I realized that like, there's a bit of competition in the Asian world. I thought I was up there, and then like practicing and stuff, I was like, shit. Yeah, anyway, that's my answer. My answer is basically, you're all amazing, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. So thank you very much.
Your accent is so hot. Thank you, contestants, for these wonderful answers. Yeah, thanks, I guess.